Okay, my name's Tanner White. I'm from Tampa, Florida. I just graduated from the University of Tampa with an undergraduate degree in International and Cultural Studies and with a minor in Spanish. If I told you that everything was figured out in my vocation and that my call was completely discerned and knew exactly what I was going to be doing for the rest of my life, I would be telling you a fib. So, right now I'm in a place of discovery, but I know for sure that one component of my life is preaching the gospel. And I've known that whether or not I like it, it's the way it is. And being here at the Academy has helped me cultivate that call and helped me discern what that means in my life. And even though I'm also in business, starting my own business and working in the financial realm, that I'm called to do this. Well, as I would say, it's a God thing. But to give it some flesh, about 2 summers, no, it was last summer, I was looking online because I was being sent on a conference, and I could choose the conference to go to, and it could be anything that had to do with diversity, conflict, peace studies, race relations, whatever. And so I got on the internet, and I was on Google about this time last year, and came across the Academy of Preachers. And it was past the deadline for the first preaching camp, but I thought it was a brilliant idea. And I was thinking, man, that's exactly what, I've never heard anything like that, and that's exactly what I need to do. I felt like it was very much right on target with what I'm called to do. So I said, so it's too late, but I'm going to call Dwight anyway. I'm going to call the guy whose number was on the page. And an hour later, we were still on the phone. So, about, I guess it was 2 weeks after that, I was flown up here to Kentucky. I had sent my resume in, continued to communicate with Dwight, and we cultivated a relationship, and then I was in Indiana for the first ever preaching camp last year. As I said, I graduated from the University of Tampa. But the unique thing about the University of Tampa is they have no theological courses that they offer, and no graduate work in seminary or anything like that. So I applied for a scholarship to go study abroad. And every year they send 6 kids throughout the course of the year to study. And so my appeal was to study theology, because they didn't have any courses at the university, and Oxford was rated the #1 school of theology in the world. So I figured it wouldn't be any better reason to go than that. So fortunately they selected me to go, and I just dove right in and got my feet wet, got my hands dirty, got to see what studying theology was like while not working at a church. I had been an intern in a church for the year prior to that. So I got to work behind the scenes and just be part of a community of churchgoers. But I didn't have to run the show. And I got to really investigate Scripture and my relationship with God through academia. It was a wonderful experience. I met a lot of great people. And that was probably the best part, was being able to invest my time and to study what I wanted to study. And got to meet so many people along the way. I mean, people studying anything you could imagine. So that was pretty much it. Well, as I said, this call that we've been given is one that grows and changes every day. And the main thing that I've learned to be comfortable with is not knowing exactly what I'm going to do, but knowing that I'm not going to know what I'm doing. But at the same time, I've got to listen to God and find out what that means. And I'm so thankful for the Academy, because as things have changed, I moved from Tampa to England within a month. I didn't know it was going to happen until December. So I was moving from Tampa to England, back to Tampa, graduating, getting different jobs in different places, and all these things change. But the one thing that stays the same is that I know that I'm going to be here. And I know that a year from now, I'll be here again. And I'll be fulfilling my role as a leader in this organization and helping other people come to network and feel inspired by this organization we have, and be inspired to preach the gospel. I would say there's no better place, and not that there's no better place, there's no other place to go. This is it, and this is one of a kind. There's nothing like this. And to feel what it's like to be encouraged and to see other people my age preach and be in a place where I can comfortably talk about my call openly and in a group of people who can not only listen to me but understand me and want to encourage me and watch me grow and fulfill the vision that God's given me. This is it. This is where it is. And if you want to grow your gifts as a preacher and learn how to speak more effectively, become disciplined, learn how to crank out a sermon really quick and make it quality. Also, to have the ability to watch your sermons and have other people who are professional homileticians and come and tell you what you're doing wrong or offer you suggestions on what you could do better. Everything from voice coaches to doctoral students, Dr. Moody, pastors who have been in the business for decades. So having all that come together is the perfect way to explore the call of ministry and a call as a preacher.